Metal Hellsinger is perhaps one of the strangest rhythm games to exist, and I can't help but love it for that. It's a first-person shooter where you need to travel through the layers of hell, where every shot, dash and jump needs to be timed to the beat of whatever metal song is playing in the background for maximum effectiveness. The higher combo multiplier you reach, the more intense the music gets and the more carnage you'll cause, and even though it can get overwhelming and sometimes you get thrown off beat, it all works together well. While there were some annoying enemies, most of the levels were fun to get through and the challenge on the standard difficulty was perfect for my first playthrough. The only real complaint is with the bosses. Almost every level enters a boss, and for most of the game this is just the same boss. It will have some minor tweaks every time it shows up again, sometimes it will summon decoys, sometimes it will interact with the stage differently, but it's always pretty much the same thing. It means that every level of this super intense aggressive game ends as a bit of a downer, here we go again moment. That does change though for the final boss, which is much longer and is a lot more fun to fight, especially compared to what you are facing at the end of every level before it. It's a tough challenge, and on the standard difficulty I just barely managed to beat it on my first attempt with maybe 1 or 2 continues. However, from looking at a couple of reviews, if you play on a higher difficulty which gives you fewer or even no continues, the boss killing you will send you right back to the start of the level preceding it. So instead of being able to gradually learn how to fight the boss attempt after attempt, you're instead going to need to replay through the quickly monotonous 10 to 15 minute level that leads up to it before you're granted the honour of another attempt. This flaw in game design apparently led people to quit the game, which is of course disappointing, and even though it didn't affect me personally, I could really feel the suffering reading these accounts of the game's final level. God, I'm just such an empath. But maybe it was all by design, and the devs just wanted playing the last level on that difficulty to really feel like being in hell, so perhaps it's a level of genius that we just don't recognise yet.